Hi everyone, this is KTRU Radio.
And I'm Roger Ortega.
Alrighty. So Roger, you grew up in Kansas and you're currently residing in New Jersey. Can you tell me kind of the differences between the two places that you've lived at and how they've impacted your music?
Yeah, so growing up, I think I've been most of my life out here now, or half of my life here and half of it in Kansas. But I grew up in a musical family back in Kansas and in a really supportive community that has really helped to support my career as since I've come up here. And I think the biggest difference is population and diversity. There isn't as much diversity out in Kansas as there is out here. So I've been exposed to a lot of different cultures and I think a lot of influences and whatnot into my music, because I take the idea of appealing to some of these different cultures and ethnicities. And I want to put that in my music so that I have, can appeal to more people. But I think population and diversity is the biggest difference. Oh, and cost of living. It's much cheaper in Kansas than it is to live out here.
I see that you go by two other stage names, RO and R&B pop writer.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yeah. So it's all under the Roger Ortega. R&B pop writer just tended to be. It's my Twitter handle, it's my social media, but it was also the name of my first album, and that's why I go by R&B pop writer. RO, just the initials, Roger Ortega. But just kind of whatever. Some people call me Roro, that's what I call my fans. I call my fans Roros, and in turn, some of them call me Roro. But I don't really like being called Roro.
You are one of many, many amazing artists, industry professionals in the Recording Academy.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Can you give us a background of your journey from when you first started doing music to that point when you became a voting member?
Yeah, so it was, I started music, I started like doing shows and whatnot when I was 14. I put a group together, a little boy band together, and, we weren't very good, but we were just, we were cute kids doing something positive, and eventually the members changed, the group started growing up and we got better. We eventually landed a deal out here, which is why I moved from Kansas. I moved up here with my group. And things didn't work out after being together 10 years with the contract that we signed. And so I think at 24 years old, I was like, I'm done. I'm too old for this. Then I stumbled onto an independent record deal when I was 36, 37. Put out the first album, R&B Pop Writer, did really well. It allowed me to do more. And when I did the second album, which is called The Lottery, which did even better than the first, then I was able to kind of submit my resume to the Recording Academy. And they accepted me based on record sales, songwriting credits, and performances and whatnot, attendance and everything. So I was accepted as a voting member, which is awesome because I get to vote for the Grammys. And I actually got invited to the Grammys in 2018, I think it was. So my wife and I got to go, dress up and go do the whole Grammy thing. It was actually really one of the best experiences of my life to actually be there and see such amazing artists in person.
Last year, KTRU went to the Texas chapter 25th anniversary gala. Mm-hmm. And one of the things I learned about the Recording Academy is it's not just about the Grammys, although that is what it's most known for, but there's also I believe there's also the organization Music Speaks.
Yeah. So I don't know much about Music Speaks. I get the emails on that, but one of the things that I find helpful is they have a lot of conventions and they have a lot of meetings and stuff like that and networking events. Well, they did, up until all this, but there's always something to go to or something to do. I get invited to a lot of those events and I don't always go. But when I have time, I do. So, but it's a really cool networking. I mean, and it's just, the Grammys and the awards that are given, there's so many more different styles of music than what you see on TV. And so there are styles of music that I didn't even know existed, but you connect with these artists again through networking and for networking. And it's actually a really cool experience getting to meet some super talented people that have won Grammys in categories I've never heard of.
Let's go back to lottery.
Okay.
That was kind of like, that was what established you in the, that's what established you into the Recording Academy. Can you tell us more about the album and why you chose the name?
Yeah, so I started working on my second album in 2014 after the first one came out. And unfortunately, the label that I was with, it was a small independent label, and the owner had passed away during the beginning of the process of writing this album. So I lost a lot of those songs. And I was down for a while because, I had lost that work, and I had lost my friend, because he became a good friend of mine. And then I just started working with other producers, and that I'm glad I lost those songs, because those songs wouldn't have made the album what it is. Those songs were gone. So I was able to start fresh and just write. And as I was writing these songs, I was realizing what I was writing about. And it was really about my life and how I feel like I hit the lottery with my family, with my wife, with my music, my career. And I've had a really charmed, blessed life. And I feel like I hit the lottery. And my wife, said, well, why don't you call the album The Lottery? And I thought, why not? We did, And so that album went on, and it actually hit number 8 on iTunes when it came out. And I've been blessed. It was really fun for marketing too, because what we did was, when we debuted the album, we had a big concert in Kansas. It's an outdoor amphitheater. And when people bought albums, we also we taped lottery tickets, actual lottery tickets, to the back of the album. Now, I don't know anybody that won big. If they did, they didn't tell me. But we also put lottery tickets underneath random seats and whatnot of the venue. It was a really cool marketing thing. Part of it was when I announced the date, we had scratch-off tickets that announced the date the album was coming out. I mean, it was just really fun to play with. But overall, that album, from A to Z, I love every song on that album.
That's amazing. And we were just talking earlier, you have a new single out?
I do. I have a new song called Better Than Coffee. It's available on Spotify and iTunes and Amazon Music. Everywhere you can download music, of course. It came out a couple of weeks ago. Decided to release something in here in quarantine because I needed to do something. I couldn't sit back completely. And I love the song. It's actually a little more. I'm R&B pop. This is more on the R&B side. A lot of people get the Weeknd kind of vibe from it, But I love it, kind of an ethereal R&B song. That's pretty adult content, But it needed to be written.
As soon as you said the word quarantine, you automatically stamped a date to this interview.
Right.
What have you been doing since quarantine began and what led you to releasing Better Than Coffee?
So what I've been doing is spending a lot of time with the family, a lot of, just bonding with my daughters. I see my wife at the end of the day. We don't, because we've got 2 girls, and, we're split up doing things between, just living life, cleaning the house and getting homework done and keeping the girls doing fitness stuff and all that craziness. It's just a lot. It really is a lot more than you would expect. But yeah, it's been hard to really kind of focus as much as I'd like to, or as much as I typically do on music, because usually no one's here and I have the entire house to myself to scream and be stupid and, make up dumb lyrics until I find the right stuff. But it's definitely been harder to write, because I like to write in solitude. It's been hard to really focus on music as much as I'd like to. And I had this song, Better Than Coffee, kind of sitting there ready to go. And my manager's like, you need to put something out. I'm like, all right, well, this is the one. So that's what we decided to go with.
Are you ready for part 2?
I'm ready for part 2.
Alrighty.
Since December 31st of 2016. I'm literally like I just finished my, 1,056th workout today. And so I'm trying to finish out the rest of this year without missing a workout and get to 1,251 workouts without missing a workout. So, but that's really it. I mean, that's pretty much my life, you know?
That's a great way to end this. Like, that's a great fun fact to know.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, are you ready for part 2?
I'm ready for part 2.
Alrighty. So, the idea is with your the idea is that you want to try to be as candid as possible. So while this is not a timed speed round, we'd like to maintain the spirit of the
Right. Okay.
like the nature of those type of lines of question. So are you ready?
I am ready when you're ready.
Alrighty. Describe your music making process as a recipe.
As a recipe, I would say that first I get all the ingredients together. The ingredients would be the music and the jumbled mess in my head. Then I organize it, and then I try to mix it together, and I'll put it in the oven. And when I put it in the oven, it doesn't always come out the right way the first time. I have to make this recipe over and over and over again to fine tune it and make it just right.
Describe your latest single in one word without better than coffee, R&B. Yeah, without those 4 words.
Sexy.
Dang it, I should have taken that one out.
Okay, so let's not say sex. Let me find another word then. Let's see. Oh my gosh, I have a word. I'm having the same issue you had. How would I describe it? One word that's not sexy. Oh my gosh, I lost it. It's not inspirational. I mean, it is for certain things, but gosh, I'm sorry. I messed up your question.
It's okay. If you come up with it, we'll just insert it in.
Throw it in. Later. Okay.
Coming back to pizza, does pineapple... No. Coming back to pizza, does pineapple belong on pizza?
Pineapple absolutely belongs on pizza. I would say that I put pineapple on my pizza probably 8 out of 10 times.
What has been your most memorable dream as of late?
God, I just had it. Well, you know, it's weird. My most memorable dream let's just say it has to do with better than coffee.
Smart. Keep on plugging that.
Yeah.
What is one song in your discography that you would recommend to a first-time listener?
When I'm with you.
What is your personality as a genre of music?
Pop. Definitely. Oh God, I should have said soft rock. But it's soft pop.
That sounds good. Alrighty. Have you baked bread since quarantine started?
Have I baked bread? I have not. My wife has, but I have not. I've cooked a lot, but I've not made any bread, sadly. I've eaten it.
What is one skill set that you've learned since quarantine began that is unusual?
Patience. I would, if that's a skill set, and I don't know that that's necessarily unusual, but yeah, that, and I just got a keyboard here that I can learn how to play, piano and whatnot. But I really think patience with having the girls home and whatnot. Patience. Oh my God.
It's endearing. If you could choose a new stage name, what would it be? It cannot be Ro, R.O., R&B pop writer, or Roger Ortega.
Man, gosh, maybe Kid Mex. Kid Mex. That was my original stage name back when I was starting off. We all had stupid stage names, and mine was Kid Mex. So maybe I'd go back and dust that off a little bit.
Make one unimportant thing for free. Oh, sorry. Blah, 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 blah. If you okay. If you could make one unimportant thing for free, what would it be?
One unimportant thing for free. Well, I like these questions because they're making me think. One unimportant thing for free.
Oh, sorry, hold on. Let me rephrase it. Like, one important thing free. Like, you had to pay for it, and now it is free.
Oh, if I could make one important thing that I like, or one important thing free.
Yes, whether it's for the betterment of society, a selfish reason, you just think that this should be free in general.
My mortgage, but I can't make it a thing. So aside from that,
that's important though.
That is so an unimportant thing that I need that I can make for free. I think piano lessons. Does that work for you?
I think so.
I have a stupid answer.
It's not a stupid answer. I like piano lessons. Yeah, I wish I could still get some.
Well, maybe if I didn't have to pay for them, I'd take some, or take a lot more, whatever.
Alrighty. What is your favorite dinosaur? This might be an easy question because of your two girls. Maybe not.
It's actually, I don't even know that they're into dinosaurs, but I like the T-Rex. That's always been, he's just kind of cool. Scary, but cool.
What is a muffin that best represents you? Existing or imaginary?
I'm going to say banana nut bread muffin. I don't know why. I guess because I'm a little bit of a nut. Do they even have banana nut bread muffins? Am I making that up? It doesn't matter. You said whether it exists or not.
Yeah, true. Okay. Toilet paper, over or under?
Definitely over. Definitely over. Yes, I'm constantly on my girls about that.
Toilet paper question part 2. Always on the roller or on top of the toilet water tank?
I'm definitely on the roller. Always on the roller. Although the girls aren't, so I end up putting it on the roller. I literally just did that today.
Okay. And hi everyone, this is KTRU Radio.
And I'm Roger Ortega.
Alrighty. So Roger, you grew up in Kansas and you're currently residing in New Jersey. Can you tell me kind of the differences between the two places that you've lived at and how they've impacted your music?
Yeah, so growing up, I think I've been most of my life out here now, or half of my life here and half of it in Kansas. But I grew up in a musical family back in Kansas, and in a really supportive community that has really helped to support my career as I've since I've come up here. And I think the biggest difference is population and diversity. There isn't as much diversity